What is going on? Traders, John with Tactical Trading here. I have a video here for you. As promised, it's a little bit late. I had some stuff going on. Wanted to, go over the video again. So I do apologize about it being late, but it is over the weekend, so you'll get it before the open tomorrow. Not that I'm putting out any prolific picks or anything like that is going to be, urgent to buy on the open. Kind of more of an informational video. We're going to be going over a few things here. We're going to actually start with the fear that's going around the OTC. Is the OTC dead? Obviously not. The OTC is not going anywhere. It goes through rough patches. It happens. The markets go up. The markets go down. We have bull markets. We have bear markets. Quite frankly, anybody that's saying the OTC is dead has an agenda, or it's out of fear, inexperience, or frustration. So pick your poison. Look at who's saying it, and take it with a grain of salt. Obviously, we're going to have to be more picky. We're just buying 20 tickers, or buying tickers on assumptions, or ones with very high bloated share structures and things of that nature. That's something I wouldn't advise right now. I really don't think those are the ones that are going to move. Lower flow plays, ones that actually have catalysts, ones that have actual operations, growth, active CEOs, things of that nature. You're not really going to be buying a bunch of lotto tickets right now. But again, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Simply giving you my thoughts, my opinion on the market, and how I'm looking at going at this so-called dead OTC. But regardless of that, the OTC is, just take a look back at last January. The market was roaring. Everybody was making a ton of cash. February rolls around, first week or two, still the same thing. And then we hit a few bumps in the road. And it seemed to be towards the end of January where we'd start getting some real bloody Tuesdays or Wednesdays, usually Tuesdays. And, the market would rebound. But then we had that, where we had that crack, and the end of February, March, and even into April was pretty rough. The market really hasn't rebounded significantly since then, but there's been a lot of plays that have run, a lot of plays that have bounced back. Well, you know what? Quite frankly, I think it's a lot of the newer plays that have popped. If you look at a lot of the charts that popped in February, January and February, a lot of them haven't recovered. Some have, but obviously, we're talking about a ton of plays. But you're always going to have your ebbs and your flows. And again, people are always going to be looking. You're going to have value investors always looking for, the best deals in the market. And a lot of these companies in the OTC that have operations that are absolutely beaten down, these are values. And these are ones that, opposed to some NASDAQ tickers, these things can run, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 30,000%, depending on you don't get that on the NASDAQ or big board stocks. Even getting 1,000%, which is, obviously the high numbers, in the, tens and 20,000. That doesn't happen very often. You're not going to get a TSNP all the time, or hit a SEGI that runs from a tenth of a penny to 6-7 cents in a couple weeks. That's tough to do. Or SNMP or SNPW. That thing ran from a penny to 36 cents or something of that nature. So you get them. And it typically happens in the OTC. So this is why we're here. It's not going to die, and just basically want to kill all that nonsense. We are going to get into the bill that was passed on Friday night. This infrastructure bill. I'm here on Investopedia. Just going over what's on this bill, and we have as you can see, it's been on the screen for quite some time. I really don't have to go over everything here, but anything that's in this, and I would go on Investopedia and take a look at it. What is in this bill? What money's earmarked here? One of the plays that I'm very interested in and I'm invested in is JPEX, is VMost. It says there's 47 billion here for cybersecurity and climate change. Now, I'm seeing a lot of people on Twitter with that, putting out this $47 billion number. Keep in mind, this is for also let me see here. Extreme weather events. It's for climate change as well too. So I'm sure a lot of these funds will be allocated towards climate change. I'm looking down here and it's right in the title. So a lot of these funds will be allocated towards climate change as well too. So it's not going to be $47 billion into cybersecurity, but there will be a big influx of cash. On top of that, we're going to get private investment coming into this as well, private money. So cybersecurity is an area that I'm interested in, and obviously JPEX is one of my favorite in the OTC, or is my favorite in the OTC as far as on that cybersecurity, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But they're getting into roads, bridges, railroads, power grid, broadband, water infrastructure, again, cybersecurity and climate change, public transit, airports, bills for the environment, ports, safety. What are we talking about? Safety. We have the highway safety, and so on and so forth. Electric vehicle charging. $7.5 billion for electric vehicle charging. $7.5 billion for electric school buses. Your antenna should be going off when you see this. The money that's getting poured into these. You see where a lot of this money's going, and you definitely want to position yourself ahead of the money. So, a few of the companies, again, we got JPEX or JPEX Global, which has merged with vMost. The play closed at 0.0293, up 13% on Friday. Again, this is a pink current company. I'm sure the shell status shall be removed because it has merged. We had we had 31 million in volume. We can take a look at the chart here. And we're almost going into the same pattern that we had back at the end of July all the way into September. As you can see, the stock was kind of dead. And then back in June, it started perking up and popped. Back where I took a position at a half a penny and then ended up selling out due to impatience right in this area. So didn't really take advantage of this pop I had to actually add on the dip. But if you take a look here, it had a big pop, pulled back, popped again, pulled back even further before it ripped. Now we have the same pattern here. This thing rips up, pulls back, pops up, and then pulls back even further before a rip. Now we had a big day on Friday, nice big perk up, so nice volume. And I think we have more announcements coming. This is a real company. If we take a look here and go over to their website, they've got connections with a lot of companies. Clean website. They have their vShield cloud security coming soon. There's talk of a crypto exchange, crypto wallet coming in Q2 of 22, also payment processing. Let me take a look here. Partners, they're a Cisco partner, Citrix, Juniper, Splunk, Checkpoint, Barracuda. And we take a look here, we can see all partners, and this gets interesting. Microsoft. There's a whole bunch of reputable names in here that they're either partners with or doing business with. So very excited about vMost Technologies now. I'm going to be absolutely upfront now, about what I think the problem with this ticker is. And I think that there's fear. We all know what happened with the arrest the week before last, or was it last week, whatever it was. And it shook up the markets. And I think that the speculation on ties between Frank and who was the, obviously he's not the CEO of the company anymore or anything of that nature. The vMost guys took it over. But I still think there's that cloud over these Frank Ilguador tickers. And I don't know. I think once the mergers start hitting, it'll start going away. But I don't think I think there's still going to be a little bit of issue with some of these frank tickers that have not had a merger yet. So I don't know. I think people are waiting for more dominoes to fall, to be quite honest. But I don't know if that's going to happen. I really don't, to be honest with you. So, and quite frankly, it's not my not my concern. My only concern is my plays, and I think VMost is a reputable company, reputable partner. So I kind of want to dispel that I really don't think you have anything to worry about. I mean, they have the clause in there that there is no dilution, no reverse split for 2 years. So hey, I mean, especially let's take a look at their, and when you say no dilution, there's really no room for dilution either. I mean, you look at this beautiful share structure for an OTC stock. I mean, you look at the authorized shares of 1.5 billion and the outstanding only 1.4. So there's really not much room to dilute. You look at only a 41 million market cap with a projected 17 million in contracts coming in PRs that we should be seeing in the next week or so. Hopefully, I'm speculating there. I don't know. I don't think they really gave a timeline, but it should be soon. They're working on them. A possibility, I believe it's $75 million in contracts. I mean, come on. With a 41 million market cap and with cybersecurity typically trading at 9 times book value, hey, I don't know. I see this at that it's very undervalued right now. Really like JPEX. Now, another company, and we've talked about this company ad nauseum on this channel, and it's CyberLux. Closed at 0.042635. A lot of numbers there. I mean, this company, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of deals. This is a good long-term play, in my humble opinion. I think they're going to grow. I think at 4 cents, they're still looking good. A lot of deals still to be had. I still think there's a lot more news that even the speculating news. I think there's news that we don't even know about that's going to be happening with these guys. So, one I like for more of a little slower long-term growth. I really think these guys are going to benefit. This is one from our buddy Paul's picks from a while back. This is one at Clean Energy Technology, CETY. I really think this is a company that could benefit from the infrastructure bill. Shout out to Paul's picks. This one right now, I'm looking at it for an entry on this one. Really, I had some shares, sold it up around 5 cents for a quick trade, but this is something I might be looking at. I mean, if you look at the share structure, very good share structure here. So right now, I do not own any shares in this, but it's one that I'm definitely watching. It's an OTCQB company, good share structure, and I think this is one, and companies like this can really benefit from that infrastructure bill. But you're going to get a lot more NASDAQ companies that are going to be getting these contracts, obviously. But it's still money into the sector tends to, rise all ships on the sea. I tell you that. So, and with these cybersecurity companies, you have to look at a lot of them are buyout targets, and VMost has been, in those crosshairs. So that's definitely something I really like with JPEX. So we're gonna shift over to the challenge real quick, and then go to one more play, kind of a little sleeper play that I like going into November. We're gonna start here now. Keep in mind, I like both of these plays. Really like APTY. Now I'm a little aggravated with APTY right now. I can take a look at the chart here. I mean, we really don't have to go into much detail about the company. We've talked about it. There's a video back from June. Has a little information on these guys that I made. But I'm a little frustrated with the refilings and things of that nature. The top-notch lawyers that seem to be missing some things in these filings. That's a little frustrating. the stable coin news, that there's going to be more regulations on stable coins. I mean, how much does it affect this play and how much does it affect stable coins? I'm really not sure. So it's basically all speculation on prognosticating what the effect would be on stable coins directly. But is it going to happen right away? We don't know either. I mean, this stuff still has to be voted on. I mean, they're not just going to pop out. Well, maybe they will, but they're just not going to pop out edicts randomly. So, but they've got their crosshairs and their eyes on stable coins. So I think people are nervous about that. There's some drama within the community on Twitter. Anybody who follows Twitter knows what happens. With these teams and groups and different things like that. So now there's a war within APTY, but whatever. Still like to play. And I still like PUGE. In fact, PUGE has a bright future. This is one that I like, just like I believe it's UATG. This one reminds me of that one, that play a little bit. If you look at the chart, it had a pullback after a huge run up to 170 or 170. I think it's in a great zone right now to pull back and take off. More news anticipated. So still like PUGE. But one thing I have to say right now, I don't think it's prudent to be doing a challenge on Twitter. Both of these plays are plays I still like. I still think they at least have double in them, 100% potential in them over the next month and a half, 2 months. But I just don't think it's prudent to be calling buys and sells on Twitter under these current conditions. Giving due diligence, giving research, giving opinion, that's not a problem. I don't feel comfortable with giving buys and sells. I just don't at this juncture. In lieu of everything going on, it's just something I'm not comfortable with. So I'm canceling the challenge. Still very bullish on PUGE and APTY, and will guide if I have a change of heart in either one of these plays. I will definitely let everybody know on that. But the challenge is something I don't feel comfortable with. Probably will maybe do one privately if I decide to do a Discord or something like that. I know I've been talking about it for almost 7 months now, 8 months. But just, kind of life gets in the way, and quite frankly, I mean, I could care less about being a influencer or anything of that nature. So, I'm not one to sit here and pound the table on on Twitters and YouTubes and all that other stuff. I got 4 kids, 3 dogs, 2 cats, a house, and plenty of other stuff to deal with. So, but regardless, I just don't think the challenge would be prudent at this time. And you can message me on Twitter. I can give you my personal opinion on either one of these plays, or I can't give you advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and that's one of the reasons why under this climate we're just not going to be doing the challenge. So, but I still like both plays. But now we are going to roll into my little sleeper play. My top play right now is we love GVSI. But why talk about it when it's on the when it's on the gray sheets right now? Once it pops off, we'll have plenty to say about GVSI. But GFTX, Global Fiber Technologies. Now, very, very interesting play. Let's take a look at the share structure. Closed on Friday at 0.0065, down 12%. Has $2.5 billion authorized, $1.4 billion outstanding. Right about the same number with the unrestricted. If we take a look here at the chart, we have one of those charts that I was talking about actually that had a huge pop and kind of never recovered. And the pop in the beginning of the year, look at February, had a huge pop, never recovered. And showing some huge signs of life right now. And one of the reasons it's showing life, if we go to the website, is one of the subsidiaries. Now, this company has 3 subsidiaries. It has Fiber Chain. It's the world's first blockchain-driven global fiber trading platform. Otc 360 Inc. This is a sustainable corporate uniforms helping companies look great and save the planet. Okay. And now we have the one that I'm really interested in. I mean, obviously, if these are both bringing in money, it's beautiful. But the one I'm interested in is Authentic Heroes. And I think this is what's really going to kind of get this company over the hump here and really moving. What this is event-worn collectibles. So what they're doing is basically taking event-worn or game-worn uniform or clothing, taking the fibers, putting it into a fanwear or shirts, hoodies, whatever it may be, jerseys. I don't know if it's hood. They have hoodies, but they got jerseys. You can check on the. And then everything's going to be here. It says everything's going to be registered with a QR code. Your ownership is registered on an online vault, and your ownership will be recorded on the blockchain, and you then will be getting NFTs with this as well too. So you'll be getting an NFT and the actual item.
At Authentic Heroes, we help fans to own a piece of history from their favorite athletes or celebrities. From an event-worn piece of clothing, we create limited edition series of commemorative fanwear. Now to bring it to life. After we've prepared the product individually by hand, we're ready for our proprietary patented process. First step, we get the jersey, we make sure that it's authentic by working directly with the athlete, and we mark those fibers as being authentic. Second step, we take all the numbers and labels off. Then we pull the fabric apart into individual fibers. With those fibers, we spin back up into yarn and fabric and then make a new series of clothing. We make the limited edition series. We make it with fabric that has fibers from the original, from top to bottom and side to side. They're throughout, and you can see that they're marked with authenticating materials. The final step of making Authentic Heroes products are to add a serial number and QR code. You can scan the QR code and go to a website that shows your ownership of that product.
As you can see, dealing with Renzo Gracie. They've got Brett Favre in the fold. Warren Sapp, an entertainer from Britain, Youngblood. I have no idea who he is, but evidently he's very popular. Go through. You can go to their Twitter page and check them out. Go to the website, check them out. This is not a endorsement to buy or sell this company. I have no affiliation with these guys whatsoever. But I tell you what, I really like this play. I just think that it's a niche, very unique little niche. I don't see very many guys out here doing it that are publicly traded companies. If I'm mistaken, please let me know. And with the NFT and the NFT craze and this getting involved, they have, in fact, we're going to go to the Twitter page real quick. Let's go. Let's go to the Twitter. Reason being, I want to go and just show you a few things of what they got going on here. Talking about a smart contract for the NFT and NFC, and they're showing on Binance where it's going to be stored. And obviously, more detail, I don't have to go over and read it. You could read it for yourself. With their e-commerce site, with the NFT website, they're marrying that. That's good news. And they're talking about here on Jim Cramer how they're doing this with some other company, evidently. Let's see. They're calling the NFC. I was wondering what that was to begin with. That's non-fungible clothing. So interesting, very interesting. Now, this is what I'm very interested in here too. Got many pings on GOAT license. Reiterate that we are waiting for a signature which was assured by his agency. This will be our first super fan bundle featuring NFT, NFCs. Marketing will be coupled with live interviews on sports-related media outlets. And there's going to be more coming from these guys. I really think big things are coming. Again, the GO will be signing this week. Looking forward to enunciating what we do with them. They're going to be talking about having a far-reaching press release. So there's a catalyst, and really like the share structure. I like the niche. I like what they got going on here. And you also have to look at the leadership of this company. Just very experienced leadership. The CEO, I believe, he's been with Johnson & Johnson, Kimberly Clark, among others, and they have a good team aboard, experienced guys that have connections. So, these are the guys you want to hit, kind of hit your wagon to. Stocks that are going to move. They've got good leadership. They've got experience. They've got a good, a good idea, a good concept, and they can put it to market. So, really something I like here. Now, last but not least, I talked about phasing out Twitter. I'm going to keep that under the rug a little bit. We're not going to go too far as like getting off of Twitter, but I do want to phase it out a little bit. Let me be honest with you. I get more frustrated than I do I feel fulfilled with dealing with Twitter. I was a lot more happy when I was just me and you guys on YouTube, but I'm going to be kind of phasing it out a little bit and thinking of another way to go about it where it's not, overly time consuming, but I can help as many people as possible. We can help each other and kind of, have a little, teamwork going forward. So that's all I got for you today. I will be getting in more detail about that in the future. Just want to reiterate the top, these are my top 2 plays going into next week. This is Global Fiber Technologies, GFTX. And my top play going into the week, if I could spell correctly, is JPEX, which is now VMost Technologies. That's all I got for you guys. Have a great week. Let's get at it tomorrow. Let's get that money, traders.